It's not that summertime, super muggy kind of feel. And in the mornings and evenings, as we were saying through this week, should feel pretty good. I hope you enjoyed it, the past couple of days that we did have that break in humidity. And still our dew point temperatures in the 50s, but some spots edging into the 60s now. So for dew points, our measure of humidity, that is a little bit more muggy, but still not bad, I would say. Current temperatures in the 80s, and you can see our winds. Some locations reporting northerly winds, but a lot now saying east or southeast or even south winds. That's going to increase that mugginess just a little bit heading into the next day or so. Here, temperatures all across the U.S. You might look at these 60s and then a big chunk of the nation actually in the 70s to 80s around the Midwest and the plains and then the Pacific Northwest. No surprise, a little bit chilly over there. And then boom, here we are in the oranges. No surprise in the southern part of the U.S. Interesting to see that we are a good bit warmer than the southwest U.S., which of course was hitting those triple digits every single day for so long during the summer. Here's what we have for satellite and radar. You can see a big blank spot here. That is a high pressure area. We've also had our front that did move through over the weekend. Couple of shots of that slightly drier air. That's now far to our south. So if we do have any rain, it would probably be closer to that front well south of our coastline, and that would be for the next couple of days. Little area of some rain around Oklahoma, and then high pressure also building out over the southwest. There is some disturbed weather off the coast of Florida and Georgia, and this is the spot later this week that will have that low chance of developing maybe into a subtropical or hybrid kind of system. It's not a tropical system right now, but it might take on a couple of tropical characteristics in the next several days. So just showing you, for example, what might happen. This is our European model showing not much for the next day or so, but you can see it's starting to spin up around this low pressure center toward the end of this week, spreading a good bit of rain, really regardless of whether it develops or not, over the Carolinas and parts of the East Coast. And then this model has it moving inland by this weekend, so it'll kind of hover around here and then move up along the East Coast, it looks like, bringing rain over there. Also, if you look, this is by Monday, so almost a full week from now, but we may have another line of rain approaching our area. That would be with yet another front. Not a very exciting one, but a little front at least to bring our humidity down maybe again next week. Nice to see we're at least in this pattern where we're starting to see those fronts make it toward us. Also in the tropics, while we're talking about potential tropical development, we have Hurricane Nigel. It is forecast to strengthen and maybe become a Category 2 pretty quickly, might even become a major hurricane later on. And it will take this kind of swirly pattern out over the northern part of the Atlantic, and it will weaken once it reaches these warm, cooler waters in the northern Atlantic. But eventually it might bring a little storm system maybe toward Iceland, maybe off the coast of Ireland toward Iceland. So kind of interesting to see that. That does happen from time to time. This is our tropical outlook farther out. A wave is just about to come off the coast of Africa. It will have a decent chance of development in this part of the Atlantic. Some models have been bringing it out to the north, curving it around to the north. It is so far out, not even quite over the ocean yet. So we will see, and we'll continue to watch it. But at this point, doesn't look like we have any threats for us for a while. The next name is Ophelia, and then Philippe and Rena. And you might notice we're 2/3 or so done with the list at this point. So you may remember, instead of going to the Greek letters, we would go to this next supplemental storm name list. If we did make it all the way through Whitney this year, that would start with Adria, Braylon, and then Caridad and Deshawn and Emery. So just a reminder, we switched to that after using the Greek names for a while. Today, high temperatures about 91. Our local forecast just kind of steady, not too humid, but a bit muggier, as I've been saying. This evening, we're dropping through the 80s and then getting into the 70s for overnight lows. But if you're north of the lake, more like upper 60s with clear skies continuing, and our 7-day forecast shows not a lot of change. We may have a slight increase in winds by Wednesday and Thursday with east-southeast flow, maybe around that low pressure center way out to the east of us. Slight chance for a shower or storm Thursday and Friday, but that's about it for rain chances, although we could definitely use some rain. You can see we stay fairly dry into the weekend with highs continuing around 90.